Hey folks, it's welcome to the Shoemakers Academy. It's Wade the Shoe Dog. Hey, I'm glad you're here. Today we're gonna do something a little bit different. As usual, we're not scripted, but I do want to give you an update on a couple of brands, and we're gonna talk a little bit about. Well, I'm gonna cut right to it. These two brands are on their way to $1 million this year, which okay, that's not a lot of money, right? I mean, when you think of, in $1 million in sales, okay, Nike, makes 20 million pairs a month, and they're billion-dollar brands. But for small brands that started with just a few people, $1 million in sales is an incredible milestone. And I just, when I see brands like this that are on target and they're doing everything right, and and we had a hand in helping them do it. I want to celebrate it. So, um, of course, I'm going to celebrate it, but because we're talking about their sales and these are private companies, I'm not going to tell you who it is, but I'm going to tell you what's going on. Actually, if you take our How to Start Your Own Shoe Business course, these brands are among the ones that we talk about. Um, but without saying who and what, I want to at least share a little bit of the success of these two brands and just give you their story and tell you what they're doing right and explain how they're getting to this magic number to prove that you can do it. So, okay, so first, um, excuse me, sorry. Um, First is a brand that came to us, not nightmare scenario like the other video. This is a difficult situation, but not a nightmare scenario. This customer first came to me and was having some issues. They had a shoe in the market already, and it was not terrible, not terrible, but same situation. They were in a factory. They picked on Alibaba, and it was okay, but it wasn't. They needed to improve. They had some issues. So they came on board, and I introduced them to my associates. And this is Dave and Gary and Jack, and we got them into a new factory, and we helped them get some new compound for their outsole unit, and basically got the bottoms to stay on. You'd think that's important, pretty important, for your brand's gonna work. Excuse me. So got them sorted out on the quality, and then instantly got them started helping them develop new products because one product is not a company, right? Even if it's quite special. So basically, got them started, got them moving forward on development, and so they, once their product was in the market with quality, they were able to start growing. And this brand again started with, their shoe has a quite special function, and but again, anybody can wear it. So what have they? Excuse me. What have they done now that their shoes are higher quality? They've attacked different segments of that market. So whether it was just sort of a sneakery type shoe, now it is something a little sleeker. Now they're making some high heel shoes for different types. Different. It's all still the same function, but again, different types of shoe to help you achieve that. And also they opened up other genders, right? So this is a good. They got a good foothold in men's, and then they started making women's, and they started making women's special shoes for women, and they tackled some other subcategories of the business they're working in. So that's how they're getting to $1 million, and they've done a really great job online. Their website looks great. You can see what's going on, why you need this product, why it works the way it works, and how they managed to spread it out. So that's how they're laddering up, and that's how they're getting to $1 million. So super exciting to help that brand. This other brand is even a little bit more tightly focused, and this is a brand that we launched from the very beginning. They got involved with us. They came to me with the idea, and actually their first model I helped them design it because I've had some experience in this product category, as a lot of these product categories. So I was able to help them get that first shoe designed and built, and we got it made for them in China, and they succeeded. And they had some difficulties, absolutely. Excuse me. They had some difficulties. You know, they spent a lot of money on air freight, but hey, if you miss the season, you miss the season, so you got to go. And this is a brand that was launched in COVID, and they had a really unique sort of distribution advantage. And they advantage, yeah. I mean, they had a distribution plan. They had an advantage in that distribution network, and they really took advantage of it and leveraged it, and really were able to get the shoes placed, and they had good sell through, and they started making more colors, and now they've introduced a bunch of new models, and they've hired a full time designer. So this brand is really, they've done great. You know, they're still self distributing. You know, they have a couple of storage lockers, and they're doing a lot. It's still all hands on, um, but they're doing great. And seeing as how they got into it the right way, right? They got into professional factory. They had professional designers. They had people doing inspections from the beginning, and you know, like I said, you know, when you're doing footwear, there's always some quality mishap. It's never 100% right all the time, even when you excuse me, even when you're trying your hardest to make it right. But they managed to, they had enough velocity, they overcame those things, and they've developed a really good reputation in their little product category, in their segment. And yeah, I mean, they're on pace to sell $1 million. Now, what have they done? Well, they've done online with their own website. They've had good retail distribution, um, and they've started to get some more online retailers, bigger online retailers, to take some bites. They even had, you know, they've been at it for now 4 years. They even had a little clearance clear out, which is a great thing for a small brand. When you start, you maybe make some mistakes, and you've got some inventory that's there. It's perfectly saleable merchandise, but broken size runs or whatever. But they found a discounter to clean out that back stock, which is great for a small brand, because that's money that you paid to get those shoes into inventory. And if it wasn't quite the right choice, or the wrong color or something, or the timing wasn't right, the merchandise is still perfectly saleable. But because you maybe have a broken size run, or it's slightly out of season or out of fashion, you know, you're not going to be able to get your full money out of it. But if you can get what you paid for out of it, plus maybe some shipping and duty, then great, you should do that. Because if it's just sitting in the warehouse not moving, that's money that you invested that's gone. So they were, and this is totally natural. Big brand, small, large and small do this. Sorry, they were able to do that, and get some money, much needed money, back into the business. And the the owners, again, yes, they're on their way to $1 million. They still have to pay back their investors, which I think hopefully this year they do that. But they're cash flow positive, and they're growing. They're putting a lot of money back into growth, which is important for a small brand, because to get over that hump, to get to $1 million, it's not easy. And hopefully you can get to two, three, and four even faster. But basically, it sort of proves that you figured it out. And then it's just a question of, where do you grow? Do you bring in more product or more distribution? Or they actually got lucky and got some nice international distribution orders. So that, when you get that, it's even better, because that's cash money that you can take right away. So they're doing all the things right. So again, and this is hard work. And there's a couple of days there where they, you know, had their heads in their hands, and weren't sure if they should be doing this. But you know, small businesses struggle, but they've got some momentum, and it's looking bright. It's exciting to watch. So again, these are brands that started from nothing. You know, and they're neither of these brands are more than 5 years old. You know, they did a lot of grinding in COVID to get themselves going, and bootstrap themselves up. But to be involved with young brands like this, and watch their success, is really a lot of fun, and it's fulfilling for me, and knowing that we can help people. And we've got a couple other brands that are well on their way, to get to this scenario. Hopefully, I can report next year at this time that they're on their way to $1 million. So, and hey, and this is hard work. It's not easy. You are, when you're starting a small brand, you are taking a risk. There's things you can do to reduce the risk. You know, having professionals like me and my team help you is a great way to reduce the risk. And also, we can tell you if you're getting into areas that are going to be difficult or challenging, or you should or shouldn't do this. So, anyways, that's the brand report. I know I really wish I could tell you what these brands are. Like I said, if you took our how to start your own shoe business course, then you know these brands. You've been exposed to what they're doing. But I just want to let you guys know that it is possible. You can do it. These brands are on their way to 1 million. Yeah, yeah, I know 1 million in sales is not a. It doesn't sound like a lot of money when you're talking about mega shoe companies. But for small brands that are launching with just a few people, you can make a nice life with just sales of a couple $1 million. So, anyways, that's it, folks. I appreciate it. Stay tuned. There's a lot more video content to come. We're gonna have a busy summer. We're gonna be in China. We're gonna be in Ecuador. Probably gonna be in Indonesia. So I don't know if that means I'm doing it right or I'm doing it wrong. But hey, folks, if you want help with your project, please visit shoemakersacademy.com. And you can email me also, the shoe dog at Shoemakers Academy. On the website, you'll see links. You can book a time to chat with me, whether your project is succeeding or failing, small or large, or you're just asking the question, should we do this? Feel free to give me a call, and I want to be accessible to you. Like part of the reason I want to give you this update is that we're not working with all mega companies. Yeah, excuse me. I am working with some pretty big factories, which is super exciting. But we're also working with small brands that are just getting started. So don't be afraid to call us. And hey, if you have a great idea, I'll tell you. If you have a horrible idea, then I'll tell you that too. So, anyways, please, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon.